Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. So we're going back to G1 this week, and this is going to be the first of the six-parter, requested by MarkusPrime, because as we all know, he loves a shitbot. This boy has got a lot to answer for in terms of the reviews that I've done, with the exception of Ultramagnus. That one was kind of cool. So we're looking at 6 weeks of shit bots, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be looking at the Sparker bots and the Firecons from G1. And this week we are going to kick things off with possibly the worst of the Autobot offerings. This is the review for Generation 1 Guzzle.
Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is Guzzle in his tank mode. Now, I'm starting off with Guzzle for this 6-week look at total pieces of shit, because I'm going to do Autobot, Decepticon, and I thought I'd start off with the worst one for the Autobots, and it's clearly this guy. I mean, MarkusPrime will argue that this guy is charming, okay? In fact, they're all charming. There is no charm here. There is only varying degrees of absolute cack, right? I have these in my collection simply because they bump out my collection and it's another G1 ticked off the list. I have no particular love for these at all. And in fact, I reviewed this, got to be close to about 10 years ago now, for Ed Bumble Jumper. He wanted me, I think, to review this for him and his wife, so I did. I'm pretty sure it was Ed, anyway. And my feelings on the figure from even back then have not changed whatsoever. This is shit. This is shit in every single way that you could possibly imagine. I mean, shall we try and talk about points in its favour? The sculpted detail on it is pretty cool. There's a lot of grills around the back. There's like sort of storage things or whatever. There's the little tank opening canopy sort of thing, the hatch, and like various other hatches and do fucking God knows what. They don't do anything. They're just molded in. You've got the little turret that spins round. Not a full 360. Well, it can if you raise that, and then it goes around a full 360. The little barrel moves up and down. That's it. That's it for this mode. I mean, I've not touched this in years. You can see that this has now gone quite yellow in places, especially around the tank treads. I mean, I could just spoil this completely, ladies and gentlemen, by just standing up and saying, "Oh, look, there's quite a lot." You'd say, well, you think there's quite a lot of the robot underneath there. You have no idea how true that actually is. Okay, it would have been nice, maybe just like a little panel, flip over the little panel to reveal the head or anything, but no, not Hasbro, no. So this was the lower price point Transformers that would have replaced the mini bots and the throttle bots and sort of shit like that. And it seems to me that as the years progressed, they got more and more shit. This is more shit than the throttle bot. Okay, now once upon a time these would have sparked, so you run it along this little wheel here, and then sparks would have shot out of his ass there. That mechanism has never worked for me all the time I've had this. In fact, it might have died as soon as some child took it out of the packaging. Because don't forget, right, I bought this as a second-hand collector. I don't know where I got this from. This might have been like the convention for like sort of 80p, or might have been eBay or something like that. But some kid's parent back in the day would have spent $5.99 on this or something, or whatever it was, $2.99. They just spent money on this, and it would have been in its packaging, and they'd have taken it out of the packaging, and they'd just put it on the thing, and then they'd gone, "Yeah, this is shit, mum. Thanks a bunch." that's probably exactly what I would have done. I have no love for this. I have no love for this at all. I'm surprised that Mark. I know Mark loves a shitbot. But let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, there are fucking limits to that. Surely there must be limits to that. And you would think this would be where the limit would be. This is wank. This is absolute fucking shit. But Mark loves a shitbot, so we're doing 6 weeks of shitbots, right? Just for him. And we're kicking it off with Guzzle here. So I'm going to that's about as much as I can say for the tank mode. There is fuck all worth else exploring here at all, other than the fact it's got a lovely little bit of sculpted detail on it. That's about it. So we're going to take it to the transformation now. I'll try and do my best with the transformation, but it sometimes does get a little bit involved. So just bear with me while I remember how to do this. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you pull out the back of the tank like that, and then you stand it up. There we are. Move his arms forward. That, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. That was it. One step fucking changer. What an absolute. That was the robot mode. So if I put it down like that, right? Put it down like that. That is the robot mode. Like we're maybe a centimeters extra height on it. I mean, so there we are. Move his little arms forward just because that makes the world of fucking difference. And there we are. That is Guzzle in robot mode. This is shit. This is absolute shit. I don't understand. I don't understand how things started to go so wrong so very quickly in the G1 line. It's sort of, oh, the G1s were excellent, blah, blah, blah. Actually, if you look at it objectively, and I love G1, right? But the majority of the G1 toy line was fucking cack, right? And I'm appreciating that a lot of them are 40 years old now. That's not the point. A lot of the toys that they produced were second-rate pieces of shit. And this goes 1,000 or 2,000 steps below second-rate. Okay, this is fucking abhorrent. Absolute shit. Absolute shit. So there it is. That's the robot mode. There's nothing else to say. The face is all picked out in blue. Focus, you fucker. The camera doesn't even want to focus. The face is all picked out in blue, like sort of no other discernible detail in there, apart from the sculpted things on the faceplate. But the eyes are picked out in the same colour as the faceplate, so it's hard to see what's going on. Just, I'm sorry, that's just absolutely awful. That is no excuse for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is part one. That is part one of my 6-week pieces of shit review. So, Mark, I do hope you enjoyed this. I will be back next week with a look at one of the Decepticon Firecons. I'm not sure which one yet. I have to decide which one is the shittest of the three, and it's difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It's far more difficult to decide which one of those is a piece of shit as opposed to the Autobot ones. So that's Guzzle. It wasn't worth tuning in for this, but thank you very much for doing so anyway. I'll be back next week. This is Gerald Gambow, also known as Wolfgang1, saying go and watch the other content on my channel because no one bothers with that. Yeah, so do whatever you're going to do or don't. Yeah, I'm gonna just go now. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. Until we see each other again, thank you for watching and take care.